Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. It's the first Thursday of the month, which means we're in the kitchen with Across the Fence. To show us 14 delicious recipes, all made with honey, are Carolyn Peak from Williamstown, along with Deb Plumley and Lynn Jarvis, both from South Hero. Before we look at today's sweet treats, here's the winner of last month's free drawing for the 135-page Maple Syrup Cookbook. Our loyal viewer, Marcia Roy of Rutland, is the prize winner. Thanks to Marcia and all of you who entered. Marcia, you'll be receiving the cookbook by mail any day now. Speaking of our loyal viewers, we want to mention Donna Burrett from Richmond, and from Plainfield, Betty Dix, Alice Haskins from Waterbury, and from over in Waterville, Pat Langley, who's been a viewer for almost 60 years. Also, Claire Parent from Essex Junction and Nancy Way from Milton. Thanks to all of you and the thousands of others who join us each weekday for Across the Fence. Now, for this month's free drawing, we offer up the Book of Buns. It's a 156-page book with color photos of more than 50 brilliant bakes from around the world. There's even a recipe for honey cornmeal muffins. This cookbook was donated by our own Carolyn Peak, as are several more for the months ahead, and we thank her for her generosity. I'll let you know how to enter at the end of the program. We have a great collection of recipes today, and Deb, you're up first.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
And I can't think of a better way to celebrate spring than to honor our hard-working native honey population of bees with a cooking segment featuring honey. So let's start right away, great start to your day, with these orange honey rolls. And I've got two variations to share with you today. The first batch uses pre-made either pizza dough or bread dough. You roll it out into a rectangle and spread it with a mixture of butter, honey, and grated orange rind. You roll it out jelly roll fashion, cut it into rounds, and put it in a greased muffin tin. You're going to let it rise and then bake at 425 for about 15 minutes. And these are just so luscious. They're lightly sweet. If you wanted to dot them with a glaze of confectionery sugar with orange juice, you could certainly do that. The second version I have to share uses a tube of refrigerated crescent rolls. Simply unroll them, pinch together the perforation, and then again spread with that mixture of melted butter, honey, and grated orange rind. You're going to roll it up jelly roll fashion, put it in a round tin, and bake at 375 until golden brown. And oh, this is so great. And with Mother's Day just coming up, I think this would be a beautiful treat that the viewers could make for the moms and their family. And we have a special treat with the Plumley Hackett Lord family, with a brand new grandson that was born just earlier in April. So our Mother's Day will be really special. So let's talk about another staple we have, honey butter. And this is so easy to make. Start with a softened ½ cup of butter and then blend in honey until it gets to a nice spreadable consistency. And you can add some cinnamon, which is just going to help with that sweetness of the honey. This will keep indefinitely in the refrigerator. We spread it on toast, English muffins, bagels, and I think Carolyn is going to have a recipe for a honey muffin, and it would be yummy spread on that. Now, I know with the cold weather and the rain, nobody is thinking of grilling, but trust me, I hope the grilling season is soon going to be upon us. And I want to thank Wendell Williams of Rutland for sending in his recipe for these honey mustard pork burgers. Ground pork is mixed with crushed saltines, honey, mustard, and lemon juice. Shape into patties and grill. It's going to take about 12 minutes. You want to make sure the juices run clear and the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees. Add a slice of tomato, some onion, some lettuce, and you have got a great summertime burger. And I want to thank Wendell for sharing this recipe with us today. Now, what a great way to celebrate summer with this beautiful summertime fruit salad. You've got cubes of watermelon and honeydew that are tossed in a dressing that is made with olive oil, honey, grated orange rind, orange and lime juice, mustard, and salt. Add some cucumber spirals and thinly sliced onions, and you've got a nice blend of sweet and savory. I think that would go good with those burgers too, but anytime is great for fruit salad. So I hope our viewers enjoy these recipes and get a jump start on spring with some cooking with honey. And I'm going to turn this over to Carolyn.
Okay.
And we've been talking all morning how wonderful your dishes, your chicken smells.
Oh, okay. Well, when we're done, you can help yourselves.
Thank you.
Well, I have a nice series of things, and again, I've gone to my meal sort of a thing. I'm going to start off with honey citrus glazed carrots, and this is honey and some orange juice, orange zest, and just a nice, cut up your carrots and go ahead and cook it in the frying pan, actually, until the juice thickens a little bit, and you've got a really nice carrot recipe. Now, this next recipe you'll find it in the flyer as a lemon honey chicken thighs, but I like chicken breast better, so that's what I used. And these, again, are cooked in a frying pan, and it is with chicken thighs or chicken breast, some sliced shallots. You can see the little greeneries in there. Some water, again, lemon juice and honey, and chopped fresh oregano. You've got a really nice chicken to go with your carrots. Next, I have Grandma's Honey Muffins. I wish these were my grandma's honey muffins. They are so good. And they're just I just say they're yummy. And so you want to be sure to get the recipes so that you can make these up. It does make a dozen. And so you've got a really nice batch of muffins to have with your meal. Now you got to have something to drink. So I have a honey citrus iced tea. You boil some water, you have some tea bags, you've got oranges and lemons, and then orange juice and lemon juice, and some honey, and then when you put some fruit into it while it's just setting, and then you add some ginger ale, and these slices of fruit in there are ones that are frozen. So that makes it a little colder, a little nicer in that way. So you can have a nice cold drink with your meal, or you can have it when somebody comes over, and you can sit out on the porch and have some honey bun cake, which I found out today. This is from a friend of Marco's, and it is from Javier Circo. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Good, thank you. And you make the cake, put it on the bottom. It's made with a cake mix, so it's very easy. You just put it in, bake it, and then the glaze on it is a mixture of powdered sugar, honey, milk, and vanilla. And so you just drizzle that over it. Like I say, have it with a cup of tea when somebody comes over to visit, and you can sit out on the front porch and just enjoy the good weather that I know Gary is going to give us eventually. So, Lynn, you must have some good stuff over there.
I do, Carolyn, and thank you very much. And I'm going to begin with a slide that you'll be interested in.
Okay.
It's a picture that's from Ashley and Saranette Wood. They're friends of mine from Evanston, Florida, and we have been friends for years. And I send them Vermont maple syrup, and they send me orange blossom honey, and it's so good. And when they heard about the Shorta Day, to the rescue they came with a bountiful supply. And I'm happy to say, after all the cooking, there's still some left for me. So I'm going to use that honey and start with a main dish made in the slow cooker. It's a honey teriyaki chicken. So into the bottom of the slow cooker goes chicken, honey, soy sauce, onion, garlic, and a little ginger. Now, when the chicken is done, you take it out of the slow cooker and use a couple of forks and shred it until it's fine. And I'm going to start putting some over my rice here. So then there's left in the slow cooker your liquid. So that liquid, you put in some water and some cornstarch and boil it until the honey teriyaki sauce starts to thicken. And then you can put it over rice like this, or you could use it on hamburger buns like Deb did with her recipe that she showed us just a couple of minutes ago. So there you are, a delicious honey teriyaki chicken. Really good, easy to make, and a nice flavor with that honey in there. Now, to complement our teriyaki chicken, I have a honey mustard coleslaw. It's easy to make because you get it right from the grocery store, the coleslaw, but I like to shred mine up so it's more fine like the KFC style. And then into that you put honey, mustard, celery seed, a little salt and pepper, and it's a great complement to our teriyaki chicken. And just look at that, doesn't that look good? And as we've all been saying, summer picnics aren't that far away now, and this would be perfect for a summer picnic or get together with your family or friends. And my viewer recipe is from Carolyn Bourgeois. She's a loyal viewer down in Virginia. She sends in a lot of recipes, and this is one of the best that I think she sent in. It's her orange honey bread, and here you see it. Now, doesn't that look delicious? It uses the regular quick bread ingredients, but is flavored with honey and orange juice, to which you add some chopped nuts, which you can see there. And it's great for potlucks or school bake sales. And we really thank Carolyn Bourgeois for sharing this family recipe with us. Now for dessert, here's one that I really like, and I know it's going to go over well just as soon as the show is over with our crew here. It's honey pecan pie bars. Now take a look at these. It's made with a crust and it's topped with a mixture of honey, cream, brown sugar, and pecans. It's just an elegant dessert. It makes 24 bars so that you can save some for family and friends. And I'm going to stop at the South Hero Post Office on my way home to give some to the good people that work there. They take in all the letters addressed to Box 188 in South Hero, and then they get all the requests and the recipes back to you. So I think they're going to enjoy this little treat. And finally, I think this is going to get your attention. It's a honey pineapple upside down cake, and I wish you were all here to try it along with us. And we're going to share it with the crew after the show. And as a matter of fact, we had to hide it because we thought somebody would come in and take a piece while we're getting ready. But here it is. Into the bottom of the pan goes honey, your pineapple slices, and the cherries. That's covered with a batter made with ingredients most of you will have right there at home. Bake at 350 for about 50 minutes, and Judy, voila, here it is, the best dessert you could ever have.
Look at the size of that slice. That looks delicious.
Oh, well, you can have it.
Okay. Nice and juicy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great collection of recipes here. Lots of variety.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, of course, there are a couple different ways you can get the recipes. You can go to online to the Across the Fence website. That address is uvm.edu/extension, and click on the link to Across the Fence. You'll find the recipes on the left-hand side of the web page, including the recipe archive that goes back to 2010. To get the recipes by mail, send $2 and a stamped self-addressed business-size envelope to Honey Recipes, Box 188, South Hero, Vermont, 05486. Now, please remember to include $2 in a stamped self-addressed envelope to the address on your screen. Once again, it's Honey Recipes, Box 188 in South Hero. Your envelope will be used in the free drawing for the Book of Buns cookbook. And even if you aren't ordering today, you can still use the address to be part of our drawing. Just send along your name and address. Thanks to all of you for joining us in the kitchen with Across the Fence. Our chefs will be back June 7th with recipes for cooking light. And as we close out today's program, we'll use Carolyn's honey citrus tea to toast all the moms out there with a happy Mother's Day coming up Sunday, May 13th. I'm Judy Simpson. See you again next time Across the Fence. Cheers.
Cheers.